So I just made a whole 16-minute video, and I decided to delete it because it's a waste of time to me. I was like, well, why am I posting this? This is not, I don't think you're learning anything from me. So I was generally just talking about TikTok and how like TikTok is I think it's an incredible app. Um, but at the same time, it could also lead to negative things in your brain if you let it be it that way. For example, the news. Um, it kind of gets to a point that, sometimes I'll keep watching negative news about kids being like kidnapped and stuff like that. And then it kind of worries me as a mother. I'm a mom, so um, my mom heart, you know, starts being like empathetic and like I care a lot about the kids and babies and stuff like that. Um, so basically, what I think is that TikTok is an incredible app because you go into these different worlds of what people go through. And for example, I saw a video of a couple that lived in a boat in the middle of nowhere, like the middle of like, I don't know, it was like Greenland or somewhere, Scotland, Ireland, something like that. They lived somewhere far, far away. And it's crazy that you get to see that part um, of the world, not part of the world, but the inside of that boat. And they were showing off like their little trinkets and stuff hanging from their boat and how they lived. It's just so interesting to me. And it's very cool that, you know, people get to share their life with me simply because I have a TikTok account. Um and it's like you wouldn't be able to see any of that in the real world. But also I feel like with TikTok, it can up, in my opinion, it can lead to like too many opinions that are just unnecessary from humans, and it could brainwash you to the point that it can go both ways. Like it'll kind of influence you to just disliking certain things, and it's just not healthy. I feel like people go on TikTok, like for example, there'll be women talking about what they look for in men, and then men or they're posting about what they're looking for in a woman and what makes a relationship better, and pet peeves and this and that, and like, and then there's like women talking bad about men, and then men talking about just bad things about women, and it's just become so toxic at the same time. And I just personally think that all that shit, yeah, you can listen to it, but don't let it influence you to the point that you just become toxic in here. You know what I mean? I think at the end of the day, everybody wants love. Everybody wants a companion. That's just human nature. And I just think that you shouldn't be just going at people and just judging them for who they are as a person. I think it's fine who you are as a person. And I also don't think that I should portray myself someone that I'm not and get to a point where I feel that I need to change for a person, because at the end of the day, you're going to start slacking and you're not going to be the person that you were in the beginning because you were just trying to impress a dude. It makes no sense. Um, you have to like touch the ground, the floor, and be realistic with yourself. And I think that at the end of the day, you know, there has to be someone that's just good for you. Like, yeah, you have to be good for a person, but at the end of the day, you have to be okay with yourself. To be like, listen, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, because everybody's situation is different. Everybody has different expectations of relationships. You're not going to be the same. Everybody was brought up differently, you know? everybody has different traumas. Everyone has different, reasonings for who they are as a person. And you can't change them, you know? So everybody has different communication skills. Everybody has different love languages. And we're not the same. So at the end of the day, there's just going to be someone that has to be good for you. And they're going to be okay with who you are as a person. So stop trying to be like fucking Superwoman, Superman for people, because that's so unrealistic. And that's it. That's all I gotta say. Thank you for watching. On to the next video.